morning. This will be my first video, so I apologize in advance for the condition of this garage. It is atrocious, but we are getting ready to go on our annual family holiday to Grand Teton out in Wyoming, so I'm in the midst of pulling our camping gear out, and yeah, I haven't had time to police any of this garbage up, so I apologize in advance. Anyway, I haven't put a video online in probably a good 5 years, and certainly not one under this name. Just wanted to start doing this a little differently than what most people have been putting online, which is, you know, reviews, drag racing, autocross. Really not my flavor. While I do enjoy watching those drag racing videos, I have no time and really don't, would rather go watch. But that being said, I really do enjoy getting out on Friday, Saturday nights and run around with the ladies. I got a wife and 2 little girls, and they both fit into this. One's 3, one's 1, and the other one is, well, my age. This is our second Challenger. I'll do a run around of it here in a minute, and I'll do a cold start. Our 2 previous Mopars were a 2012 Charger RT Road and Track Tri-Coat Red. That was really wish I had held on to that one. That was an awesome ride. Yeah, I had the 5.7 with the 5-speed automatic. As we all probably know that have owned Mopars from that generation, not the best, not the worst. But all in all, it was a really good ride. I had that for a year, and then I traded it for a 2013 RT with the blacktop that we had for 5 years. That was a great car. That was billet silver metallic. Pretty simple. Didn't have Uconnect, cloth interior. But that car really had a lot of sentimental value. It was very difficult for us to get rid of it. We drove that from Florida to Massachusetts, from Florida to South Dakota, from Florida to Wyoming. We put 61,000 miles on that bad boy before we got rid of it. And we didn't do a lot to it, and we didn't do anything internally to the motor. We were toying around with either getting a 6.4 or stroking that to a 410 through Arrington. At the end of the day, when the warranty on the extended warranty wore out at 60,000, we weighed the options and decided, you know, I always wanted a 6.4. In 12, they were really difficult to come by and extremely expensive, as we all know. And then again in 13, they were still upwards of where I could afford back then. And they really weren't that many of them. They were the SRT8, as we all remember. You know, they were upwards of mid-50s, and yeah, very difficult to come by. So, yeah, we did some minor modifications. Later video, I'll show some pictures of those two cars. But yeah, we ended up, my wife and I ended up coming to the difficult decision of trading it in. We went down to a dealership in Bradenton called Firkins. We found this F83 Shaker Scat Pack manual, no sunroof, thank God. Can't stand that option personally. Got a good deal on it. Bought it brand new. Put about 3,000 miles on it since the 1st of April. So it's really still breaking it in. I mean, I haven't really driven it too much, but that's the point of this channel. To get back to what I was originally stating, I don't drag race, I don't autocross, I don't do any of that. Maybe in the future, but not now. But I do like to get these cars out and drive them on the street. I do like to take these on road trips, and that's what I'm going to start doing. On top of this one, in a few minutes I'll open the garage and I'll show the wife's new car. We got rid of her '05 Durango, which had 4-wheel drive. The front end was getting a little squishy. We were looking at replacing all the moved parts, but that was going to get really pricey, so we decided to trade that in and got the Trailhawk, Cherokee Trailhawk. She's got about 2,000 miles on it now. It's brand new. It has the old headlight style, which actually grew on me. The 19's new headlight looks more like the Grand Cherokee, which is really nice and classic. But all in all, I don't mind the front end on this really. But it's a beautiful ride inside. We've already taken it up to Ocala, Florida, to a place called Hard Rock. There's a video on this channel, only about 10 minutes long. Shows me and my wife with the two girls running it on some mediocre trails. It is an impressive machine. Jeep does do a great job with their off-road system. You can really crawl up and down some steep terrain and rocks. I mean, the tires are good. Definitely need 32s, I think, are the biggest they recommend on that. And it needs about a 2.5-inch lift, which they make about $500 and keeps everything else stock. We don't want to get too drastic. It's a Jeep Cherokee. You know, we don't want a 3-4-inch lift on it. We looked at the Wrangler, but a good friend of ours had a beautiful JK that was nice. But boy, that thing was not meant for long road trips. It was uncomfortable. It was loud. It's a Wrangler, so we got it, you know. We'll see how this goes. I'll be posting some videos here. We're leaving on the 27th of June, so I'll post some videos coming up here in the near future of us making our way out to Wyoming. That'll be via Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then we're going into a town called Du Bois. So there'll be a lot of video footage, and I'll just keep you guys updated. And we'll see how that does. Maybe it'll impress us, maybe it won't. If not, we've talked about going to the Grand Cherokee Trailhawk, but we'll see. So anyway, just do a quick walk around on this. Like I said, this is the first video, so please, I know the audio is probably terrible. This is not filmed on a professional device, so, you know, I'm doing YouTube the way it was designed back in the day. I'm just posting videos. If you want to watch it, enjoy it. If not, oh well, and constructive criticism is always welcome. So anyway, yeah, we'll take a quick look at this and go from there. So I told the wife when we were looking at upgrading that there were only two things that I wanted, and that was either a 392 or a SRT 8 or SRT 392 or the 392 Scat Pack Shaker. I know in 18 they just started offering B5 blue. That was the original color I wanted. Indigo blue was nice, a little too dark for me. I wanted something not silver. And the wife said the Go Mango was a little loud, and I agree. I daily drive this actually to work downtown Tampa, so you know, Go Mango was nice, but it might have been a little too loud. And this color in person is beautiful. I'll crack open the garage here before we end this and show you. Obviously the shaker hood. Everybody knows the 392, so I don't have to get in on that one. You know, we looked at the Hellcat. I drove a 15 a few years ago that absolutely scared the living shit out of me, to be honest with you. That was a car that was impressive. Somebody had bought it new and they put a few miles on it, and then they got scared shitless with it. Decided to trade it in, and it was sitting on a lot down here in Brandon, Florida. And a buddy of mine who's a huge Mopar fanatic, he went with me, we test drove it, and yeah, 707 horsepower would be lost on me, and for the extra money, you know, that's sticker on this was 50,000. Some of the Hellcats we looked at were upwards of 68, 70,000. We all know the price. We know there's some incentives that are built in, but all in all, I think that it just would have been wasted. I'm never going to use that horsepower. It's great, beautiful car. I love the Hellcat, love the Demon, but just not for me. And I apologize. I just got back from Texas, so not driving this, but I just got back from work over there, so the car is a little dirty. You can see we got the nav, the Uconnect, and anybody that's watching this wondering about the kids in the back. As you can see, you can fit 2 car seats comfortably back here, and our little girls, no issues whatsoever. And like I said earlier, I did road trip a 13 all the way to South Dakota and Wyoming with no problems. So, it's doable. And it was actually very comfortable. And that car was modded suspension-wise. So it had upgraded Bilsteins with H&R springs, upgraded sway bars. So it did. Going through some of the highway systems of the Midwest was fun, interesting, but it was comfortable. And we had a hitch on the back. I'll show some pictures of that at a later date. But I'll do a cold start here for you guys in a minute. I just want to show you the Trailhawk. I'll do another video on the Trailhawk in a minute. Anybody that's interested in that. We are a huge Mopar family. Basically all we've ever really owned. Yeah, the color caught my wife's eye, and I tried to persuade her to go with a Charger Daytona, four-door muscle car, and we had already owned one together, and now she loved this one. When we did take it out to Ocala, we went through some pretty deep mud that I'm actually still cleaning out of the chassis. But boy, this thing really does do a great job driving. Very quiet, very manageable, and it'll be fun to take it cross country. I'm really excited. Not going to do anything too aggressive out in Wyoming, but we certainly plan on doing some off-roading. Most of the time, it's going to be out in Grand Teton. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long because I know they can get annoying. So what I'll do here is I will do a cold start on this. The only mod that's going to be done on this, period, has already been done, and that was removing the resonators, the mid mufflers. We did that originally on the old RT we had, and then we ended up replacing it with a Flowmaster 40s. And at one point, I actually had catless mid pipes, and that was fun because one of the O2 sensors decided to drop out outside of Branson, Missouri. Had to pull over and use some redneck engineering to get it back in so we could continue driving. So that was fun. But yeah, I'll go ahead and start this up here.